All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the bomb shelter. As always, I apologize for such long times in between these videos. Again, like I've said too many times probably, and you're sick of hearing me saying it. This right now for me is just a hobby doing this channel because of my other profession. But you know, I'm going to try to keep on it. The other issue I had was some little technical difficulties when I tried to sit down and shoot a video for you guys. And my mics weren't working, and I was having issues with the computer, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, today what I thought I'd go over is stuff that I've been working on. It's a very simple concept. And again, like whether or not this is for beginners, I'm going to try to break this down and so this is a progression for you guys. But what it is I sometimes refer to as the two-string method. I did a video a while back where I was talking about playing scales and stretching them out across two strings as opposed to in what we might refer to as the box position. So what I mean by the box position, like let's say we're going to do it from F minor today here, right? So an F minor 7 scale, or arpeggio, I should say more accurately, is you're hitting the root, the F, the minor third, which is the A flat, the C, which is the 5th, and then the E flat, which is the 7th. Now, in the what I call the box position, I think other people call it that as well, meaning like a 4-fret kind of area here where I'm just staying in this one area, which you should learn, which you're absolutely probably going to utilize most of the time, especially when you're playing long gigs or long bass lines or whatever. But if we were to map that out, we can play all the way up to the octave, and then we can also play the third again, the minor third, and then, oh, I'm sorry, that would be the 4th. But we can't, you know, that's minor pentatonic, right? But if we're just staying with the 4 chord tones, the root, the 3rd, the 5th, and then the 7th, that's where we can play that arpeggio. Okay? So one of the things that I started doing and with other chords, I'm just going to stick with minor 7th for this video, and we'll do more videos to give you more ideas. But now I'm just going to stretch that across 2 strings. So when I go the root to the 3rd, now what I like to do here is slide down with my 2nd finger to that A flat. You can definitely go root with the 4th finger, then root with the 1st finger, and then 3rd with the 4th finger. So I'm playing the same shape twice, and that's totally legit, you know. So I'm going 1st finger on the 1st fret to play that F, 4th finger on the 4th fret to play the A flat, then I'm sliding up 1st finger on the C, play the 5th of the chord, and then I can play the 7th with my pinky finger again, with my 4th finger. So I'm just repeating those 2 shapes. Now, the other way to do this is I can go 1st finger, I slide up to the 2nd finger, so that just allows me to easily drop that 1st finger onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then I play the 7th again with my pinky finger. So, or 1, 4, 1, 4, meaning 1st finger, 4th finger. All right, so that's the basics, right? So the beginners, you might want to just get this down. And then juxtapose it to your box pattern position, okay? Now, as we move this on, what I'll do is I'll either do one of 2 things, right? I can go 1, 3rd, 5th, 7th. Now I can play the 1 again on the D string with my 1st finger, and I can play the 3rd with my 4th finger, that A flat. Then I slide up to the C, right, with my 1st finger, and then I play the 7th with my pinky. So now look how far I've gotten up on the neck from here to the E flat up here, right? 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. Or more accurately, I should say 1 minor 3rd, 5th, flat 7. 1 minor 3rd, 5th, flat 7. Right? So there's pulling that chord out, that F minor 7th chord, across the neck and up to farther, halfway up the neck here, right? Or, so practicing either sliding to that second finger and then playing the first finger, slide the second finger, or you can practice using, right? Now going down for me, it feels better to play with the second finger here and then slide to the first finger, right? But isn't that cool? It's the same shape twice, right? So I get 2 octaves. And why I think this is such a I would definitely not call it like groundbreaking information, but for me it was kind of like, oh wow, this is great. I can start to stretch out my bass lines. Plus I get different tonality from different strings, right? Different timbre, right? The C on your A string sounds a little different than the C on your E string. I think you would agree, right? It's just, you know, you got a fatter string so you can get a fatter sound. So by stretching out my scales, my chords, my bass lines up and down the neck gives me more options. So now the next option with this, right, if we're staying with the F minor 7, is I'm going to do the same shape, right? Here's my root, minor 3rd, my 5th, my flat 7. Now check this out. I slide up to the octave with my first finger, okay? And then I can go minor 3rd, 5th, flat 7. Look how far up the neck I am, right? I'm on the 13th fret, right? And now look, I can even go farther. So I can really get the whole neck. I'm playing 4 notes. I'm playing the F minor 7 chord, but I'm working it right now on 2 strings, right? And if I want to keep going, okay, I cheated and I used the next 2 strings, right? But so as your practice, I would go 1, minor 3rd, 5th, 7, then slide up 1, minor 3rd, 5th, 7, and you can practice different fingering techniques and then going back down. Now from here, what I like to do is slide to that 4th finger and essentially just play the same fingers going backwards. Now, I find that using that second finger is just a little bit more stronger. It just feels a little bit easier, especially going down. Right, so I slide here, but you play with it. Now then, you combine it with your other shapes, right? Which we can get into another video. But this is our study for now. Ideally, you do this with as many keys as you can. Maybe in one day, you just practice up across the neck. That's the first way we did it. Then we go. Now we slide. Just a 2-string method. Okay, so anyways, guys, so that's all we're doing for this week, is just giving you an idea of playing that F minor 7 chord or any minor 7 chord, but trying to just stretching it across those 2 shapes. 2-string, I call it 2-string method. And then obviously you can, if you know your chords, we can go into major 7, dominant 7, diminished, etc. But that's what we'll work on this week. And then what we'll talk about too is in the next videos is like trying to build solo ideas and bass lines stuck on the chord tones, right? Which again, to me is kind of a challenge. No passing tones, no other scale tones, just using the 4 chord tones to help you stay focused on those chord tones. And then once you're feeling comfortable with it across the neck, then you can start adding your passing tones or your other scale tones that you might make your bass lines up. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy that. Get some good practice and let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.